I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. Do 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 do. Sorry, I'm a few seconds late. I couldn't find my paper towels. They were behind the printer, which normally I have a box there, but see, I'm straightening everything up. Everything's finding new homes. I couldn't find it. So welcome, welcome to those who are coming in. This is Lori from the Paint Girly channel. And I have been reorganizing and reworking my art space. And I'm finding all kinds of stuff that I forgot I had. And so earlier today, I came across several of these calendars that I picked up in an estate sale. And I forgot I had them. And they're the gloss, well, like semi-glossy, I guess you would say, paper. A pretty nice weight. And I thought, ooh, wouldn't that make a fun art journal? And then I thought, you know what? That's really a really big space to fill up and work with. So then I got thinking about it. So I'm going to alter, or I have already altered one partially, and I'm going to show you what I'm planning to do. And we'll just wait for a few more folks to possibly arrive. I'm going to start putting some stuff away that I had out earlier. And I'm hoping that I have this isn't too bad. Looking for a little jar to put some clean water in, because I think I'm going to need some clean water. Welcome, welcome to everyone who's coming in. This is my little silicone thread and glue. Dixie Doodles, I haven't seen you in a little while. Good evening, good evening. Hi, Jill. All right, thread and glue designs. Steffi? Is that Steffi? Thread and glue designs. I used to be better at names. I don't know if I've got it right. I hope I do. I hope I do. I should put a quarter in the jar every time I get it right. And then take a quarter out every time I get it wrong. I have to get me some quarters in a jar. I got it. Woo, 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 woo. Hi, Steffi. Nice to see you. All right, so I just pulled out some stuff. And I need to get some baby wipes. I keep forgetting. My husband keeps running to the store for different stuff. Do you need anything? And I never remember. I want some baby wipes. I knocked over my Angie bowl yesterday, so I've got little bits of stuff all over my desk. So how is everyone this evening? I know I'm going to be bored. There's no baseball game on tonight. They played this afternoon. My team. Look, I popped off 2 nails. Well, that's not true. I ripped them off because I was digging through boxes and I split them. I'm a struggle. It's very warm in my room this evening. Hi, Nashwa. How are you? Nice to see you. So, I just thought I would come on, get this idea out of my head. And that water looks a little dodgy, does it not? I don't know, us painty girls and our water always got dirty water. Let's see, let's get some clean water in there. Hubby just filled up my jug for me. Wouldn't it be great if there was a sink right here in my art area? Okay, my sink is like maybe about 6 steps from me. I'm so freaking lazy. All right, I'm going to use my, oops, look, I'm dripping. All right, and there is Calico Kate. Hi, Kathy. All right, let's just jump in. So I just pulled out a few things. I don't know, I'm probably going to need some other stuff, I'm thinking. But we're going to go with this. So a while back, probably a year or so ago, I went to an estate sale. It was my second estate sale, and I did get locked in when the sale was over. So that was a whole, you know, kind of, well, in hindsight, a little bit of a fun experience, but a little crazy too. But the lady who lived at the house, she must have been an armed service member, because there was a lot of female service member um, goodies in the home, especially in the room that I was rummaging through. So I bought several of these. And when I was selling with Keisha from my home, I did sell some of them, but I had a few left over. So when I was digging through a box in my kitchen, because I'm, reworking my space, and I am I'm not throwing things out. I'm sending things to Goodwill. So Threads is Steffi, Kathy. And so I've had these for a while, haven't really done anything else with them. And then when I spied the box that these were in, now these are nice. They're semi-glossy. They're a pretty nice weight paper. And originally I thought, well, maybe I could make a nice little art journal this way. And then I got thinking about that. It's kind of a big space, especially if you do both sides, to kind of collage or art or do whatever you want to do on it, right? You're welcome, Kathy. And so what I decided to do was to whack it in half. Now, where's the one I did? So I didn't want to do that on camera because I didn't know how it would go. And it went okay. It's not perfect. So this is the one I chose. I love this image. I like this side too. So I thought, well, I'm going to glue these together. Now, one thing I have to go get, I'm trying to remember where I put it though, because I think I put it in a new home. So I'm going to use my Yes paste, and I'm going to glue them together like this. So I have this on the back, and this will be my front, I think. And I'm not going to do necessarily, military art in here. I'm just going to use this like I would a watercolor book or a sketchbook or something. So I've got some things here that I'm going to use. Okay, hon. Hubby's going to the pool, and then he might go to the gym. So he was going to be out tonight. Ah, there goes the phone. Do-do-do-do. And I didn't take my other phone out. Do-do-do-do. So let's turn the sound down, and let's put my phone in a safe place. So I'm going to get out my Yes paste. And on my last stream, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society suggested I look at a video where someone was giving directions on how to make your own Yes paste, which I did look at that. It's really cool. So I probably will at some point try to make some, because look, I'm going through this a little quicker than I thought I would. But I'm loving it. I really do like it. Now, someone mentioned, oh my goodness, I don't know who it was. Was it Zena's or somewhere? They were saying about, fabric and the Yes paste. And I thought I had done that, but I couldn't really say for sure. Well, I did it the other night, and I put the Yes paste on the paper Hey, there she is. Barb, I watched that video. It was great. The Yes Paste one. And I gotta remember. I'm trying to remember to call you Barbara. Hey, hi, Pam. And so I'm going to have some of my pages stick together. I have a little thing here to protect it, and you know, I just didn't use it. That's just silly. Silly, silly. So the other thing I did when I went ahead and whacked this calendar in half, it is very clever. And it looks easy, right? So when I whacked this calendar in half, of course, all these calendars, well, all the ones that I've seen. Now, this is not perfect. It's a little bit off. They have the little hole in the bottom, you know, so you can hang them on a door, hang them on. Judy, 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 how are you, dear Judy? Been thinking about you the last couple of days. Hope you're doing well. And so it just so happened it was right dead center. So when I cut it, I had a little notch right there. So what I did was I went then and I trimmed off the bottom as well. So I took a calendar like this, and you can get these at the dollar store that, you know, are this size. Probably maybe not as nice a paper as this, but I don't think that really matters because we're gonna put jazz over top anyway, right? So then I whacked it in half. It wasn't easy. I should have had my husband do it. I did it on my big rotary, you know, cutter, and I had some difficulty. I could have used, you know, a regular blade. That probably would have been better. But it did okay. I couldn't get it to cut through real well up here. So now in my container where I have all my duct tape, I'm pretty sure I have some that looks like camo. So I was thinking about putting some camo on the spine. Look, that's pulling up a little bit. So let me just, well, I go look for that camo tape. I did think of it earlier, but then, whoop, was eating my dinner and it went out of my brain. Who's having, oh, Kathy picked more green beans. Oh, nice. Nothing like a fresh bean. Love me some fresh beans. All right, let's see. I've got, of course, this is covered with paper. One moment, please. Okay, now my broom's gonna. I've got my broom parked here, girls, in case I need to have a quick getaway. I've got red, I've got floral. I know I have some camo. I don't know that I used all the camo. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm going to end up losing another nail. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's red. That's kind of boring. Oh, I must have used all the camo. Well, I mean, I'm not going to do military pieces inside, so it doesn't really matter, but I think she's just beautiful. So I don't really want to, cover her up. Hey, Zena. Good evening. Welcome to everyone who's coming in. Oh, yeah, I like green beans raw. I have this tan color. And then I have this really cool. Yeah. So all I've done is just cut that in half. I'm going to see what the tan looks like. Now this I got, I think, in a bundle from Goodwill. So this may not be any good. You never tried them raw? Oh my goodness, they're delish. We used to eat those raw. Look, this isn't going to come apart. And we used to eat lima beans raw. I don't remember peas. I guess we did. I'm wondering if once I get this started, if it's good, back. Look. Yeah, I think that's just all dried out. Oh, bother. Well, I could paint this if it really bothers me, this different color. Because it's so pinkish. Yeah, my husband picked a couple. We've got little, like, cherry tomatoes, and he picked some. I don't know what. He doesn't eat a raw tomato. And he doesn't ask me what to buy, which just slays me because he doesn't eat them. But anyway. So I don't know what he's growing. But he picked a couple, and they were good. People like Jersey tomatoes. Something about the ground here. I don't know. You won't eat a cooked tomato? You don't eat tomato sauce? I'm going to cover up most of her hat. Oh, well. All right, I'm pulling that as tight as I can. I just want a little extra. I got it crinkled. I just want a little extra support. Now this might not hold together tonight because really I just glued it and I'm going to work in it. Let's see if I can. I should have paid closer attention. Okay, they're the two I glued together. I love tomato sandwiches. A slice of tomato with mustard and sugar. And of course, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Oh, never heard mustard and sugar. Now, we always did just tomato and mayo and white bread. Now, my friend Joyce, who's like a sister, she wants a slice of onion on hers. That's how she ate them growing up. But we do love our tomato sandwiches. I'm making a mess of this, squoils. I might fold this in if I can. All right, so I have no idea how this is going to take paint or anything. Right now I'm fighting with the duct tape. I just had dinner, so I'm not hungry. Well, at least not for an hour. All right. See, what I need is a nice little pair. I've got these. I don't want to dull them up or anything. I just need a little pair, little tiny skizzers. I had a couple of little pairs, but I was going to move my phone. And I'm just going to let it go to voicemail. I was going to move my phone, and I didn't. My husband took our neighbor down dinner, and she always calls and says thank you. All right. So there you have it. So now let's see what we can do. Oh, of course she's leaving a message. She like almost never leaves a message. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry about this. I think I'm gonna have to edit my video. Can you hear her? Can you hear her little voice? All right. I should probably. Is Barbie leaving? Barb. She shall returneth back, lickety split, lickety split, lickety split. Okay, we're going to eat shortly, and we're having butter lettuce, artichokes, tomato, olives, and salmon in the form of a salad, and fresh strawberry lemonade. I'm on board with everything but the salmon. I don't know. I've had cooked salmon. Well, I know it's cooked, but I mean like a dinner. Put the phone out there. But I've not had it like, like tuna on a salad. I think salmon for me, it would be a learning curve. A learning curve. Okay. Hey, Dee Dee, you couldn't hear what she was saying? If I edit my live, oh, really? Okay, thanks, Dee Dee. I didn't know that. Well, I'll listen back and then I'll decide. Yeah, I like black and green olives. Okay, so I'm going to just open up. I'm going to work on it long ways. Now, a while back, Kathy Berg and Colleen were doing some art by a gal by the name of Karen Tamir. And she's excellent. She has a lot of cool things she does. And I did do a piece. Where that went? Oh, there it is. And I'm going to kind of maybe mimic her a little bit tonight. It was something like this. I followed her instructions, but I don't really remember all what I did. So I'm going to wing it. I'm going to start by gluing down some old pieces of paper. That butterfly is a 3D, what do they call it? 3D, hey Riri, you run it through your machine. Die cut, 3D die cut, Tim Holtz. And they're delicious. I hope it turns out to be a cool idea, Kathy. I don't know. We're going to see. I mean, they're usually stapled pretty good, so I'm hoping this is going to stay, pretty solid. And I'm just going to tear up some different stuff. I'm just going to use the lacy part. Lacy. Have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then as I'm cleaning out and discovering stuff I have that I don't remember I have, I found this cool paper. I think I probably bought it at the market at some time, but I don't know. Holly could have sent it to me. I don't remember. So I'm going to take a little piece of this. I like this eyeball. I'm going to try to get this eyeball. So I'm going to glue this stuff down, and then I'm going to put on some gesso. And then I think I might use some watercolor. And I pulled out some, this is some kind of paste. Rust Effect paste. You're supposed to use all three of them together. Hey, Shannon. Good evening. So I just pulled out the yellow. We'll just see. And then earlier I was putting some stuff together and I got down my feather box. I think I'm going to glue down a couple of feathers and gesso over top of feathers or something. I'm just wanting to see what it does, what it's like. I haven't done that before. So I'm planning to make a royal mess. I keep moving stuff. See, I keep finding stuff and then I have to decide where I'm gonna put things. All right, some of these feathers I think are a little, they're not so, doesn't that remind you of Woodstock? That reminds me of Woodstock. When I do my Woodstock light bulbs, that's what I use. Maybe this kind of feather is better because it's more, I would say solid, if you know what I mean. Like the feathers are not real. Like, see this, I can pull that apart. All right, we'll just see how that goes. I can always pull out more. Now I did have a glue stick here, so let's see if I can pull out a glue stick. And I'm just going to take all my little bits here. Now, of course, I don't have my camera up way high. And I'm not really too worried about which way my, I think I glued my lid to my glue stick. I'm not really worried about which way my lettering is going on this. So I'm just gonna start gluing stuff down willy-nilly. I probably don't have enough, and I might have to get out. I know I have other glue sticks, but I'm not sure. I think I want to put this tissue type paper on the crack so it's not as heavy. Gluing it down. And I want this eyeball in a good spot. Maybe I'll leave him till last. Just get all this paper down. I really don't do a lot of this kind of stuff. I don't know why, because I like it. I like to do it. I keep thinking I have a cousin that lives in Missouri, but she lives in Minnesota. She's my birthday twin. She was born 10 years after me. She was born on my 10th birthday. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, you are back, lickety split. There you are already. Some of you may or may not have seen that Devin Rex for Art and I did a Color Buddy project. We posted it on Instagram. And I'm saying that because Barbara Jilly left a comment, so I was able to connect with her a little bit, just touch base a little bit. I said that you and I had chatted and you said she was doing well, and she said she is. She's having a good summer and she's expecting a first grandbaby this week. So that's exciting. So that was so nice to be able to see her and send her a little message. So I was happy about that. I'm going to scoot that up. Yeah, I was really excited about that. See, I got this. This is a little wiggly. I should probably do what I said I was going to do initially and put a little protective covering. Maybe I'll trim this. Okay, who did I miss? I see, hi Angie. Angie Brown. Hi Angie. Ooh, what'd you have tonight, Ange? Are you in a rut or did you get something different? Let's do that. I think I want to make sure this stuff's on top. What is this? It's a sewing machine. Cool. Cool. And then I can trim off the edges. Taco salad. Yum. I like Taco Bell. I don't know that I would enjoy a taco salad from a regular Mexican restaurant. It might be too authentic for me. I like the Taco Bell version because that's all I know. And they stopped making it in my area. They don't make the taco salad anymore. Let's see. I got my feathers. I'm going to need some more of this. Maybe I should make it bigger. I kind of like that little red edge, but I don't know that I want a straight edge. So what I've been doing is during the day, mostly, I try to work on my room and the horrific mess I have created. And I usually do that till about 2 or 3 o'clock. And then I try to just, do something I want. Take a nap. Sometimes I take a nap. Or get my art fix. Oh, look, I pulled that up. Get my art fix going. I might leave some of that green show through. That might look cool that way. Dee Dee, if you're still here, you had said one time, I was saying that I have problems with my camera going in and out, and you said something about adjusting, I don't know, was it something with the white background, or I couldn't remember what you said. So I watched some of my replays. It still jumps. I just wonder if I needed a different camera. The one I have, just middle of the, it's not real expensive. Yeah, I like Neps too. My younger sister, she really likes Neps. I don't want the eyeball in the crease. Taco Gringo, huh? I still haven't eaten a tamale. Holly Dalton was always telling me about tamale. She would even eat the ones that are in the can, so I tried the ones that are in the can. And then I did a short little Snapchat video about a tamale. It was horrendous. I'm sorry to say. For me, it was horrendous. I won't even tell you what it reminded me of. Horrible. It's horrible. Went to a Mexican restaurant once with my niece and her husband. I don't know if he was her husband then or they were just engaged. But I forget what we ordered. Yeah, that's not a day go by that I don't think of Holly. I miss her very, very much. Of course, we talked almost every day. Well, messaged and whatnot. And I don't know why I didn't try something really different when I went to that Mexican restaurant. My friend Joyce that I mentioned earlier, she likes fish tacos. See, that doesn't sound good to me either. And she says they're fabulous. I don't know. I'm a little afeared. Beer. I don't even know how to say that. Birria? Bayera tacos are your fave. Is that a brand or is that a kind of, it's a traditional Mexican taco? I would like to try a tamale. I just have to pull the trigger and do it. Maybe I'll leave some of that. Kind of overlap that. No idea what I'm doing here. The thing about making them yourself is you can do, I guess it's supposed to be, you can do what you want. Yeah, add what you want. True. Very true. Very true. I mean, I like batter dipped fish. I guess it's batter dipped, right? If you have a fish taco. I guess I don't really have to cover everything up. I got me some glue globs there. Got me old glue globs. Okay. Let's put some more of this on. What do we got here? Probably most of this you're really not going to see its background. I missed that. Judy says they make the salads in large fried. Yeah, see, that's what Taco Bell did. Refried beans, lettuce, tomato, onions, yep, sour cream, black olives. And you could get chicken or beef. My husband won't try a taco either. Well, he really had, and see, we wonder why our son has problems. He's just like his father. Growing up, my husband was not made to try anything. Thank you for sharing, Zena. And my father-in-law was of the opinion he would never make his children eat something they didn't want to eat. So, because of that, whenever my husband and his family went to visit anyone anywhere, Ronnie took a can of applesauce because Ronnie Didn't know if there was anything there he was going to eat. And so when we had our children and our son became such a little stinker about eating, we really put our foot down because it inhibited my husband as far as going places, doing things. You know, he didn't like being that way. He had his first salad on our honeymoon. Oh, so now Zena's going to share what she bought. Okay, sweetie, let me read it. I bought a box of fresh donuts, jelly, Boston cream, cheese Danish. Oh my gosh, the jelly donut was so fluffy. I just need a few minutes. When we used to go camping, we went camping in North Jersey, Stoke State Forest, and there was a little bake shop that we would pass before we went into the campground. Golly sakes, I don't know. If one of my sisters has popped in, maybe they remember the name of the bakery. I don't know. My sister Nancy might be here. Jackie's on vacation. Um, the jelly was so heavy in these donuts. Like when you looked at the donut on the top side of it, you could see the purple. Okay. And it's too late, baby. I think she's kicked back and all those donuts are gone. Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay, I'm not sure I want the July there. Part of July. I guess I could. Kind of looks, well, that kind of looks cool. All right, so I want to put down, I think, I'm not sure how to do this. I don't know if I want a whole feather. Maybe I just want a portion of a feather. Maybe just this top part. My sisters recommended that I start to watch another PBS show called Doc Martin. Okay, I'm trying to get out a pair of scissors. So I put it on last night. So this guy apparently is a surgeon, and I don't know if he went through something traumatic. He can't look at the site. He can't look at blood anymore or whatever. And so he's going to be a general practitioner in a little village in England somewhere. And he's got an aunt that lives in this town. So she wants to make him a meal. She said, you have to eat. So she goes outside with him and they get one of her chickens, and he's standing there talking to her, and she proceeds to break the chicken's neck and then takes it in the house and she's ready to whack its head off. And he's like, no, I can't. And he like gets out of there. I'm like, what do they have me watching? Judy says we have a donut shop here called Mellow Cream. I love their lemon honey. Oh my God. Oh, lemon honey mooners and the raspberry filled jelly donuts. Angie loves maple donuts, but she can't eat it because she's allergic to maple trees. Then how do you know you love it if you're allergic? And Barbara is sharing that down at the corner, the bakery shop there, 5 large buns with cinnamon on top. Along came Zena and goes through the door. Oh dear, now there's only 4. Sorry. Another snort. Oh my gosh, there's a phone again. I have no idea who that is now. We're going to let it go. I don't think it's anything earth-shattering. All right, well, I'm going to trim up these pages. And then just want to make sure I'm not I don't know what I did. I think I just knocked myself out. Now she's calling my cell phone. I can't win. I cut off some of my page. Dang. Okay. Am I back? I'm back, right? Hello. Yeah, I hit my mouse and it knocked me out. So I just came back into the room. I hope you can see me. Can you see me now? I had to go to the scream room thinking about those donuts. Gosh, I really haven't had a good... Oh, thanks, Ray. I really haven't had a good donut in a long time. The only thing I go to Dunkin' Donuts for is a beverage. Well, I like their muffins. Their muffins aren't bad. Okay. Now I got to trim some off of the top. What, Ange? Laura, you want me to get the phone they want to call during lives, anyone? Gosh, that Avon lady. Avon lady. Yeah, my neighbor's 93, and when you don't answer, she thinks you're dead. And of course, she doesn't have a lot to think about other than whatever's going on in her life, you know. So she's going to have to wait till hubby gets home and then he'll call her. And hopefully she hasn't fallen over. It didn't sound like she was in distress earlier. But she should call 911 if she has. Just saying. All right, so now if I put this feather on, I just want to tack down a little bit until I get some of my, well, maybe I want it that way. Until I get on some of my, an iced cappuccino from, see, I thought you, cappuccino and a fresh, fluffy jelly donut. Okay, I'm not quite sure what the fluffy means. Like, did they whip the jelly? Like, why is it fluffy? Exactly, Barbara. Add those to the pyramid. All right, let's see. You know, maybe a little Yes paste just to stick. Well, maybe a little glue stick. Let's just try. We'll just use a little Elmer's glue stick here. Because I think once I put the, I kind of want to spread that out a little bit. Look, see, I'm getting some wiggle. Now, if I had one of those big old staple machines like Dee Dee has, I could go in and restaple. But alas, I do not. All right, and I've got this silly silicone mat here, which really everything kind of sticks to. See, I can't get my bits up so my area looks, you know, nice. Me too, Ree. Brie. They're the best. The Boston creams, that's what we call them. My husband likes the white. Now the white stuff, that white cream, that's what I would call fluffy. All right, let's put the glue stick aside. Let's get the little protector sheet. Now I've got some, this is a more fluent, I guess I should say, gesso. I can't even think. Okay, I'm thinking about the donuts. I think Zena got one of those too. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the cream-filled ones with powdered sugar. Hey, Julie, how are you? Nice to see you. Happy, wonderful Wednesday. All right, so I need something that I want to, and I think I want to, do I want to use a brush? Do I want to use a knife? Let's see. I was thinking a little fan brush might be nice if I could see a fan brush. I can see clearly now. The fan brush is gone. It's probably out by this. It's probably out by the sink, or it could be in my muddy water. Let's get that guy out of the water. Yeah, it's like pudding. It's like pudding. Pudding inside a donut. Pudding inside a dough. Just people say to me, I don't like those. Well, do you like pudding? If you like pudding, you would like them. Here's one. I find one. All right, now I don't want to cover everything up, right? I want to just, well, I want to kind of smush that feather around. Might be needing a paper towel. No idea what I'm doing. Jill says, I don't speak Polish, so I obviously can't spell. What did she spell? I just read. Yes. Good tip, Barb. Barb says, put the yogurt in the fridge, not the gesso. Excellent. Tune in. You will inevitably learn or be reminded of a lot of important stuff here. The Pink Girly channel. Where to put your yogurt. The one pastor that we were involved with this church for years, and he would always say, oh, if you do that, you're going to be in deep yogurt. To which my son was usually always in deep yogurt. Just saying. All right, so then I'm thinking ahead, I'm just smooshing this on a little bit. And just brushing. The one thing about the gesso is if there are things you want to cover up, you know, you can swipe some of this over. Like I just took that man's head out in his face. Took out his head and his face. Okay, my feather looks a little gnarly. Just gonna say it looks a little gnarly. All right, so I think that's enough of that for now. And then I probably should put some protection up here. That's funny, Ange. She wants to know if Zena's still working on her Sheikah cod. Here we go. Okay, now I want to put some of this yellow paste on, but I think I want to use some kind of a stencil so I can yuck that up pretty good. Let's see what I have. Let's see what I have. Ooh, I've got some swirls. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do the swirls. Let's see. Let's give it a go. Now, my neighbor did gift me. Welcome to all who's coming in. I just saw our numbers up a little bit. So come in, join the mess. All right. So I don't know. This is by Prima. It's made in Hungary. I know it came 3 different colors, I think. 3 or 4. I don't know. It was a set. I have no idea why I bought it. This is like baby. Well, this is like a yellow. Well, this is not quite like a mustardy color, but kind of. All right, so I'm going to swirl. I've seen others do this. I've done this not very often. I'm getting close. Getting close to the edge there. That's my Candy Crush game. Oh my goodness me. Oh, look, I'm scraping it on and taking it right off. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Can you see that okay? That's not too bad. All right, so I'm going to do it again. This one I'm going to put a little bit so it's not totally on the page, I think. That one doesn't look so good. That one looks like skid mark. Maybe a little spritz of water. Thanks, Ree. Let's see if I can. Well, we might have to think about that when we go to do something else. All right, so let's. Well, we don't go out very often, and when we do, we go the same places. We're 2 really boring old people. But like really, I mean, my husband's just basically meat and potatoes. I mean, he had issues as a kid, and so he definitely does not. Now my son is yapping at me. My gosh, I am not this popular. Trust me, I am not this popular. I'm gonna have to say something here. Let me tell him. Oh, that looks nice. He put up some shelves. All right, what I did was I squished that paste out through the back side of my stencil. So I'm gonna wipe that off. I guess I could use another piece of the stencil, but all right, I'm just gonna do 3 of them. I'm gonna load up this palette knife again. Lori, some of the tomatoes paste, wink, wink, in the tube will look good on that collage. You think? See, we're gonna see, Barbara. We're gonna see. It just might. So, how many here have heard my story about my estate sale experience. That doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, now I know I have to clean that off right away. So let me take, here's when a baby wipe would really come in handy. But alas, I do not have any. So I'm just going to use my water. And oh goodness. Oh look, it's making a nice design on my silicone mat. Hey, that's drying up already on there. Holy schmoly. Angie said, I find out today that my aunt and uncle are at the Gulf Shores in Alabama, close to Keisha, and if I knew that, I would have went with them, and I could have met her. Oh, that would have been fun. Hi, Dana. Dana, I'm making a little bit of a mess. This probably really should soak, but I'm going to do an old painter's trick. I'm going to soak a paper towel and wrap that right around that spot. And then I can wash it up later. This is one of my favorite stencils, so I don't want to really ruin it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, girls? All right. Now let's just put that. All right. Well, this is definitely true, Dana. Okay, so I'm glad I kept my paper towels at the ready. I think I'm going to need me a little sip of my beverage. Let's close this up. And I'm going to have to use my heat tool. Now, the piece that I did similar when I was trying to find and follow Karen Tamir, she, of course, the pages were white, and these aren't. This is a calendar. So I didn't really want a whole lot of the calendar showing through. You can see a little bit down here. But now I'm going to put some color on. I think I want to try my Inktense blocks. And I'm going to try to put some color here and then maybe here and maybe some drippage. But I don't know how well the watercolor is going to, you know, attach itself. Of course, I do have the gesso down, so we're just going to see. Look, I've got this yellow stuff all over. So let me dry this, hopefully quickly. Oh, I hate knots in the thread. And then sometimes I get so exasperated I forget and I pull it, which makes the knot tighter. Yeah. So now Ann Laura has me hooked on Bohemian Crafting. She's a clever one too. She does a lot of really cool stuff. Now I haven't watched a lot of her. But the one thing I was watching today, she had took her glass tabletop or whatever she was working on, and she put a little puddle of water, and then she put some paint in it, and she made like a watercolor, and then she dipped her paper in it. It looked like just like copy paper. And she dipped both sides. Oh my gosh, there goes the freaking phone again. And yes, it's Annie's fault. You're hooked on her too? She's cool, right? And so after it dried, sometimes it gets real wrinkly. Like Lisa Conway, she does paper where she crumples it up, and then she squirts it with color and water, and then you let it dry, and then you uncrumple it. Well, I iron all that because it's really cool once you iron it because it's kind of really crumply. But is it Eva or Ava? I'm not sure if it's Eva or Ava, the Bohemian Crafting. She used her flat iron. I thought that was pretty clever. Of course, I don't have a flat iron, but a lot of us do. But that would be a lot more convenient, I think, than getting out your iron. I bought one of those little tiny mini irons to keep here at my desk and with my hot glue gun and whatnot. And it doesn't give out enough heat. I'm going to have to text my neighbor. I'm going to have to send her a message because she's going to keep ringing the phone. Just make sure she's all right. Hopefully she'll see that. She's not too tech savvy with her phone. Yeah, see, my neighbor gave me her old one that she doesn't use anymore. It's really a nice iron and it works great, but it's huge and I don't have the space to keep it out. Okay, so I'm thinking blues and maybe some pinks to kind of make a violet-y kind of. Of course, I could just do violet, but I was thinking if I did blue and then with a pink. Let me get rid of this. I haven't really used these yet. These are fairly new to me. Took forever for them to. Well, that's not true. I ordered them from Blick. Took forever for the Blick order to get here, and I finally ordered them again through Amazon and tried to cancel. Well, it's a whole big thing. Anyway, I finally have them, and haven't really had a chance to use them. Cena is in a donut coma. Yeah, we have two as well, Ray. Oh, I'll have to look. I never thought to look at Walmart. It's just so much easier to order from Amazon. And I mean, it's cute as a button, but it really didn't iron. It didn't flatten out the paper. And then I had some seam binding. I just wanted, you know how seam binding has the little double crease. I couldn't get the crease out. I mean, I need something that's gonna. All right, so I'm gonna go with this kind of tealy, kind of blue color. I think I want to start maybe more narrow. And I'm just kind of using this full strength, really. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just, wanted to do something fun and just try some different jazz. And maybe I should, now see, I've got that. And this isn't real dry yet, but I don't think that matters. Do you think? I don't think that matters a whole lot. What did Barb say? It's funny. Barb's always funny. Riri, normal use is not my. Neither is used straightening hair when you are a teen. It's used for crafting. Well, I was just thinking if anybody, still uses one or has one from when they were a kid and they don't bother with that anymore. Okay, she's fine. Of course, she's concerned about us. See, because she doesn't really do a lot of stuff, so she thinks nobody does. And then, oh well, it's all good, right? It's all good. All right, so let's see. Whoops. I went kind of under. Now, see, this is intense. So once this dries, it's not going to move. So if I want it to move a little, I guess I better be trying to move it now. Right? Sorry if you can't see that. Moved a little bit. But see, now I do want that to dry a little bit, because then when I put my next color on, I don't know that I so much want it to blend as I do want to just, I could have used acrylic. But I've been dying to use these little blocks of color. Barbara says, speaking of Walmart, asked the sales associate where the steel wool was located, and she told me it's in the craft area with fabric and wool. Sometimes you just, you didn't know that I had an Instagram account? Yeah, I'm Paint Girly on Instagram. I'm trying to use it more. Yeah, and she was into crafts. She really liked to make cards and stuff, but she had carpal tunnel surgery and her hand's not coming back the way she likes. She's very frustrated, and so she's given it up. I was in Walmart and I wanted to know where their paper doilies were. This young woman had no idea what a doily was. I had to pull it up online and show her a picture. Oh, those things they sit the cupcakes on. No clue. No clue. She was probably my daughter's age, like mid-30s. I don't know, kids. I'm going to try this a little. Boy, I got a big puddle there. Got me a big puddle. My doily's lifting up a little bit there. And you sure can't tell that's a feather. Barbara. That would be a great side gig, wouldn't it? The Undertaker could say, and we have Xena, who will decoupage your, or Barbara, who will decoupage your casket. Well, it's not even a craft thing. I mean, a doily, Didn't she ever have dessert? When I finally showed her the picture, she knew what it was after she saw the picture, because she obviously had dessert at some point in her life, maybe at a somewhat fancy establishment. It's kind of, I think it's kind of doing what I want. Pardon me, but I keep putting the brush in my mouth. I should, this is when a third hand would come in handy. A third hand would be handy, and not great English. I'm going to help it along its way a little bit. I wonder if I sprayed the paper first, then added some of this here. Oh, you don't see what I'm doing. I sprayed the paper first there. One time I just dripped water. That kind of worked better. Let's scoot this down. Can you see what it's just running down a little bit? So that's better. Of course, it looks like a river here. All right, let's get rid of that jazz bow. Now, if I had one of those big staplers, I would have definitely put more staples. But because I whacked this in half, I've only got the one staple. You can't really see. I'm sorry, guys. You can't really see what it's doing. I have a feeling I'm fussing with it so much, I think I'm going to yank my whole page out. When I die, I don't want to make... Okay, Ange. You don't have to make them now, honey, if you don't want to make them. Okay. I think I want a little bit of this over here. Over here, over here. Honey, would you call Betty? She's been ringing the phone. I sent her a message. She says she's okay, but to call, and I'm going to be on here for hours, so. Okay. All right, so now let me put these aside. Now, I know the one thing that Karen Tamir does is she likes to put black, and I want to do that as well, but I think I also want to stamp. I love having my... Hey, Stephanie G. Nice to see you. So I do want to put some stamped images on it. Okay, so let's see. That's dry there. I'm going to add some glue behind my one doily. Boy, that's really loose. I thought that would really... Just got up from a nap. Cool. Well, that's part of the problem. I've done it. I've wiggled it free. Strats. So if you're going to do this with your calendar and you've just got the one staple in there, you might want to reinforce with tape before you start to art. Or if you have one of those staples that can go in and staple down. I think what I'll do is put some duct tape, or because you can paint over that. But see, now see, these all feel pretty tight. It's just that center one. I just wiggled it loose. So I think I might see if I can get it back in there. So we might want to call that an epic fail. Just saying. That's a great idea, Steffi. Just stitch them together. Oh, thank you, Steffi. That's a brilliant idea. Okay, I'm going to take a piece of my paper toweling and sop up my extra water. So I want this dry because I want to add some stamps. So please pardon my heat gun. I like that eye. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now the other thing that Karen Smear says is you want a focal point. So I'm trying to think what I might want to add as a focal point. Would have never thought to stitch it, Steffi. Thank you so much. That's a great idea. I do too. Barb, you are so clever. Okay. I wonder if I can stamp a lamp a ding dong on that. All right, so I want to get out my Stays On. I'm going to use my Midnight Blue. And I think I want the big script. I wish I could find I have one off the board, but I don't know where I put that. And then maybe I'll put on some of these letters because I like these too. Hey, Devin. I was talking about you earlier, Devin. I said we did a color buddy thing, and my son's still sending pictures. What doesn't this young man get? Okay, it's really wet on this one side. But now I forget why I said that, Dev. And I have been working on my paper bag journal, girls. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it so much. I'm going to stamp over there, so I'm going to try to dry this up. See, on my last one that I did, when I really tried to follow Karen Tamier very closely, I used the 3D butterflies. That's what I showed earlier. Some of you weren't here. I haven't glued that down. I think I should cut that and then glue it. So I don't want to use the same butterflies. But I need something for a focal point. So I've got to be thinking about that. Hey, Malaya. How are you this evening? Okay, so let me put a couple of these look kind of wacky wacky letters. Let me just have something here to stamp on to make sure I get a halfway decent stamp. Wow. Woo, woo, woo. Alea's in the zone. I'm still not ready to make another mess in my room, but this is kind of a semi-mess, but not too terribly bad. She's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see if I get a decent, could be a little darker, I think. Twilight Zone. Get out. Get out. You're not in the Twilight Zone. Get out. Oh, I just spotted something that might work. I knew I had thought about something. I don't know. This is crooked. I just put this down crooked. I was wondering, Kathy, because I did turn it on, and it looked like it was just a test. And then I saw that the picture was still narrow. You know how, like on your phone? Okay, let me just. So you have your phone, and let me just open this up. Oh gosh, I never know what my son's going to send me. I better just make sure it's something. Okay, so this is the shelf that he just put up, the 3 little shelves. Okay, so it's this way, but when you turn it this way, see how it gets narrow? So I was thinking when you're recording, if you just turn your phone, maybe that will give you the full screen. I don't know, may not work, but that's what I was thinking the other day when you were saying, you were trying to figure out how to switch it. Now there could be a setting as well, but I just figured out for my sister. My sister does the Daisy. Well, she calls herself Daisy something, Daisy dashes. I don't know, the nail dashes that we're wearing. My sisters and I. My youngest sister sells them, and when she goes on and does a little live, she uses her phone, and then when she holds up her little nail kit, see, this is what they look like. Of course, this one's all apart. So when she holds it up to the camera, see, you guys are seeing this the right way, right? Okay, Ree, it's backwards. When she records and she does her live, it's backwards. So I said to her, there's got to be a way to fix that. So I finally figured that out. She's like, oh, that'd be great. Yeah, because, you want people to be able to see it correctly. All right, so I could have had that really a lot darker, but I can't stamp over it. Now I also have, well, I have tons of stamps, don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to figure out what I have close by without having to go dig into my, that I don't think will stamp. Oh, maybe. Maybe a couple of these little flowers in some of these spots might do. Okay. Now what did I do with, oh, here it is. I'm going to just scoot that off to the side a little bit. I still see where I've got some, see, I don't do so good with my glue stick. I just don't. I'm not a glue stick person. I feel like I get so much on there, but okay, so this doesn't have to be, you know, in your face. Just kind of trying to get, I need to re-ink that. I have ink to re-ink it. I just need to do it. Okay, so that's not too bad. Let's get another little something up here. I'm going to stitch this. Okay. All right, Barbara. Take care, honey. She's a good woman. She's a good woman. All right. Ange wants to know, Zena, how many pages she should put in that journal. Probably as many as you like, Ange. Is that the one for you that you're doing for yourself? All right. Let's put a little something up there. That's very faint. That's okay. That's good. That'd be good. All right, I'm just stacking all the stuff I'm using. Is it a cloth one, Ange, or did you buy stuff to do a paper one? I'm slurping my beverage. Okay, so I want to add a little glue here. Okay, wind that down. All right, so I found these sitting off to the side, and they're hummingbirds, and they're rub-ons. So I'm wondering if they could be my focal point. I wonder if I can get that to rub on. And they're glittery. This is, I won this at the market. Ooh, look, I should have put these on. I should have put one of these guys on. Come on, Lord. Look, I could have put one of these guys on. I just broke that guy's neck. I just went, oh man, should I put him on? Is it too late? I could goop him up. This guy looks sexier. Okay, Ange got a 6-ring binder at Hobby Lobby. She's using on your own scrapbook paper. Well, you know, you could do a couple pages at a time, and then you could always add, being this is a ring binder, you could always make more and add them, you know, start out with, you think, Devin said it's never too late. You could always add and, you know, do a couple at a time, make a couple different little sections, perhaps. Are you theming it, Ange, or are you just doing a bunch of different stuff, or inquiring minds? All right, I'm going to gesso this guy. Do-do, 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 do-do. Look, I got a big thumbprint right there. Fingerprint. Do 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 do. Okay. I'm going to hit him with the heat gun. Hit him with the heat gun. Lori, go to Zena's channel and look at 2 nights ago, and she shows the picture of a journal. I'm doing a pink rose. Okay. I remember you mentioning the pink rose. Devin, earlier I moved my mouse and I knocked myself totally out of my room here in StreamYard. Knocked myself clear out. Struggle. Okay, let's put this jazz. Put these other fellers back in the bag. Back in the bag you go, boys. Back in the bag you go. All right, let's see. That made him a little warped. Ooh, that sounds pretty, Ange. All I do was touch the mouse. I mean, sometimes it'll go off screen, you know, when you get but you're still there. No, I knocked myself totally out of the room. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm going to use a smaller script stamp. And I'm going to use my StazOn blue. And I'm going to stamp this feller. Okay. I like him so far. Now I think instead of doing the Inktense this time, and this might not be a good decision, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, how do you like that? I want to do it anyway. All right, so here I have my, let me get out my, I'm going to get out my Wink of Stella too. All right, so let me see. So we've got blue and kind of a purpley pink, pinkish. We've got the gold. If I have black, I'm going to do black. If I put him here, maybe I'll do that, and I think I have like a, oh, this might be better. Let's try that. I think that's the, no, that one. All right. I love these crayons. All right, I'm just going to color on the edge of him, and then I'm going to take a brush, and I'm going to do the teal color on this side. And the purpley pink color on this side. And I'm going to take a little brush with some water and smudge around. Oh, sorry, sir. Getting a little familiar there. Didn't mean to. So sorry. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. Okay, the color's off just a little bit, but it's all right. I don't want a real distinct line. Okay, I'm just going to say this now because I'm thinking of it now. I want to spatter. When I'm finished, I want to spatter, but I always forget to do it. And then I turn off the camera. And I think, oh man, I did it again. I forgot to spatter. Oh, look, I have some yellow on there from that other stuff. That kind of looks cool. I don't know. Can you see it? Just a little bit of yellow. There is a setting so it turns out right. Yes. Yes, Pam. On my webcam, it does that, but I couldn't find it for the iPhone when you're, yes, spatter those painty papers. Oh my gosh, I love to spatter. But on the iPhone, when you're doing a live on Facebook, you have to do it differently. I don't think there's a setting per se. This girl took you into filters, and from there I didn't really pay close attention because I knew I wasn't going to do it. But all right, so I'm going to put him here next to that eyeball. This, I kind of lost some of my green, my greenish turquoise. Okay, and if I remember correctly, Karen, it's not Karen, it's Kieran. It's Keren, Tamir. And when I say that, I think of Captain and Tennille. Don't ask me why. Well, see, I'm gonna put black, Zena, and let it drip, and I'm hoping some will hit him. And if it doesn't, then I'll do that. All right, so Kathy says, I'm going to try a live and see if I get it right. I've been playing with it, so maybe I have it. I StreamYard and found a mirror. My phone internet isn't very helpful. Okay. Hopefully you figured it out. That'd be great. All right, so I want him to glue down quickly. I don't have my glue gun on. So I was going to just yes paste him on and hold him. Gonna hold him down. And then once I do that, we'll see where the black goes. And then hopefully I'll do the rub on and put my little, I know, right, Judy? I don't know. When I say Karen Tamir, it always in my head goes Captain and Tennille. I'm a strange chick. Thanks, Nina. I think it looks a little too busy, but I appreciate you saying that. See, I didn't have any white space. I could have made white space. I could have really put the gesso real heavy down the center, or wherever I wanted, the white space. This is like buttering a piece of bread. Got your man bread ready. I'm getting the peanut butter. I'm getting the peanut butter on there. Yes, definitely going to splatter. Probably maybe do black and white. Oh, look, I've got a big lump on the side of his little noodle. Or it's the guy that calls the baseball games right on the side of his coconut. Cracks me up. That ball hit him right on the coconut. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this down for a few seconds and see if it'll stick. And the paper's pretty dry. So next I'm going to water down some black paint. I found some black. If I can't figure it out, I'm getting a video camera. You know, they're really not that expensive, but you probably will be able to figure it out. I think you'll be able to figure it out. Now my sister's going to start messaging when I said I'm streaming. She missed it. Let's move this away from, I can't win tonight. All right. Don't scream, Kathy. You can do it. Judy, we just beamed in. We just beamed him in. Okay. So now this is when it could go all wrong. I'm just saying. All right, let's get these little crayons out of the way. I've got my other brush there, so let's get this here. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my beverage. I'm out of my beverage. I'm slurping. I'm slurping. Okay, I'm going to use a thinner brush to put my black on, and hopefully it will drip. Good job, Ange. I have nothing to reference that against, but it sounds like a lot to me. Now I can always add, once you start, you can't take it off. And I want it to be able to drip and kind of frame. I'm very nervous. I might need a bigger brush, but I'm going to start with this. I would think I want it like an ink consistency. Maybe not so much ink. So I want it a little darker than that. Okay, bigger brush. Oh, that's a water brush. I don't want to use that. Oh my goodness. I don't want to use that. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I might have my brushes mixed up. I don't want to do that either. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Okay, Kathy. How slow can you go? How slow can you go? I think this is one time I could have put out a little more paint. It's like I'm the paint Nazi, you know. I'm like so cheap with the paint. More paint. Of course, I'm using apple paint because this is what I had in a box of something I bought. I don't buy apple paint. I don't care for the Apple Barrel. I don't care for that brand. I'm trying to hold it at a tilt. like Tilt-A-Whirl. I think chances are slim it's going to drip on that man. See, I don't want it to make it too runny, because then it like loses its color. Now this is where I messed up this, the swirl that I put in. So I'm just going to put the black around that and make it act like, I didn't make a mistake. I've got 2 bottles of paint here. I'm sitting it on, kind of helping it to zhuzh. Oh, look, it's coming down around. This is like playing Plinko on Price is Right. Plinko. Come on, fella. Give me a little drip. This, I could use practice, Dev. I mean, when Karen does this, it just goes. Sometimes she helps move it along a little bit, but a lot of times she just, it just goes, and it's like so nice. I think I just want him to drip on the one side. I don't know. See, I got a big old spray thing instead of, I should have gotten out one of those little Timmy ones. Oh, I don't want this to go down by his woohoo there. His little dinger-ringer. I don't want it down there. Come over this way. Move over. Move over. Okay, I'm going to let this dry a little bit. Okay, Devin. Thank you. Thanks for stopping, and I appreciate it. Okay, now I want this really dark here. I knew what you meant, honey. Okay. See, now this strip didn't get very dark. I'm kind of fussing. I'm just kind of painting where the drip went. And then I want it dark down here as well. That's because you're full of sugar with the donuts, Zena. You're in a sugar coma, honey. Just saying. That's not jealousy speaking. Just reality. Okay, so I think I need more. I think I need it more down in here too, right? Don't you think? Like under here, maybe bring a little. I don't know. I don't know. This one kind of went a little walk, 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 walk. Okay, Ange. I think I need a little up in this corner. See if we can get just a little. Got a little dripping coming down here. You think that's enough, guys? Zena, you have a good eye. What do you think? It's enough? I don't have any in the middle, which... Oh, hi, Sherry. Thank you. How are you tonight, Sherry? It's like if you make a little channel, it'll start to drip. Now, do you think I should take, like, Karen uses the Stabilo pencil too. Not too much black on the left side. I was thinking about doing the Stabilo pencil around the side of the guy. I just ripped the paper. That was dumb because that was wet there. You think? I think the spatters will get the rest of it. I think I need it in here. Maybe under there a little. Okay, Steffi's back. Took the doggies out. So far, no rain. But you have lightning and thunder. And a fire. Oh boy. Hi, Gail. Good evening. Nice to see you. All right, I didn't rinse the paint out of that brush. Let's get that rinsed. I'm going to add a little more black right here where it's kind of just like kind of faded. I want it more darker. All right, let's hit that with the heat gun. Hit it with the heat gun. I really like the way it dripped on this guy. I think I'm going to spatter it with some neon too. I don't know if that'll really show up. but I might try it. Thanks, Gail. I kind of had a epic fail, but then Steph has used me an idea that I think will save it. Save my epic fail. I'm thinking I have somewhere I have, well, maybe I could just use, I think I want to scrape a little bit of white in spots too. I don't know. I just pulled out this, see, I've got these neons. This is the neon red. That's a glow in the dark pink. I might spatter a little bit of this. Let's see. I should wait to spatter. I think I want to take a little bit of, you've been on almost 2 hours already. Well, heck. Oh, they didn't? Oh my goodness. And it was last minute for me. My husband was going to go to the pool, and I should have put a message up on Mary's. Mary doesn't mind if I put a message up on her Fibstiggity, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I think I might want to put a little hit of gesso and scrape it maybe down the edge. Yeah, I didn't get the message about Xena the other night. Last night I fell asleep. I did see last night's message, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll go. Lights out. I'm not good at this scraping jazz either. I should do a mist like Dee Dee does. You didn't get a notice either, Ray? Oh, that's picking up a little bit, whatever that is. Messing with the man. Messing with the man. Okay, I think that might be enough. Maybe across the top a little bit. See, sometimes I have to go back away from it because I just start and then get carried away. But it doesn't really matter, right? It's going to go in my, little journaly thing, and it's not going to matter. Not really. All right, so I want to put my hummingbirds, I think, on last. I want to spatter because I love it. And I think I'm going to try this hot pink. And then some white and perhaps some black. Way too much, way too much. It's real runny, which I wasn't expecting it to come out that runny. So I'm going to add just a little bit of water, and then I'm going to test my splatters. See, and I like when it gets stringy. Maybe a little more water. Of course, you really probably should use clean water. And of course, I didn't cover anything up. I mean, I can see it. I don't know if you guys can really see it all that well. Now the thing is I wanted to stitch this in, and those spatters probably aren't going to dry in time for me to do that. All right, what did I do with my white paint? There it is. I found it. I'm going to spatter some white. So it might be really fiddly to try to get my hummingbirds on. So I'll just use the heat gun and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I should mute. Oh my gosh, I really like that eye, guys. I really love that eye. All right, let's get some white. I should have put it up here where I could really smush it. Whoa, on the computer. So see, if you really, even if you don't really know what you're doing, you can make it look somewhat cool. I feel like I need a big word, but I don't know where I have a big word, that I could just glue on. And I probably should have done that before I did all this other nonsense. So it might have to go without a word. In the heat of the night. So, Karen Tamir says you need a focal point. So I was going to put my hummingbirds. Now these are rub ones, and of course they're sparkly. They're sparkly. Now there's only two. Oh, there's little bumblebees too. Andrew, you singing? So, in order to do it and not mess it up, I've got to dry some of these dots. Shall I mute, or does this not bother you? It doesn't usually bother me when other people use their gun. If it bothers you, tell me, and I will mute. I just saw the, hey, Mitzi, how are you? Good evening, good evening. All right, let's dry it up. And then I got to figure out where, maybe I should just put one hummingbird because I don't have three. Oh, Gail, okay, that's a great idea. I'm going to have this hot pink paint everywhere. Let's put it up there. And then if I can get this to somewhat dry, then I'm going to do what Steffi said. Okay, so for those of you who may not have been here earlier, I'm trying to speak a little louder. I don't know how some of the girls, like when Colleen uses her heat gun, you can't really hear it. I don't know how she does that. Anyway, I cut a calendar in half. Yeah, I try to remember to warn because especially if you're working on something else and you're kind of half listening and you're, not paying attention, it can be startling. Oh, thanks, Steffi. So I cut a wall calendar in half, and I glued the two halves together. So there was just the one staple. So I chose to work on the center page. Oh, it's not, Gail? Oh, that's good. Oh, really, Maria? Oh, cool. Anyway, I was thinking it was a great idea to use the calendar for a mixed media or an art project book. But then I wiggled it free. It came out of the book. So I called it an epic fail. And Steffi, who's here, Thread and Glue Design, she suggested to just stitch it together, which is a brilliant idea. So once I get my little hummingbird on, I think I'm going to do just that, because I think these are, that's still a little weepy, but I think they're dry enough where I can go ahead and put on my little hummer. Now, I don't know if this is going to work either, because it's a rubber one. Now, do they say to put... Oh, they say to cut it out. Cut it out. Oh, well, that makes sense. Let's do that. I don't usually look at directions. Malea's working on painting papers. All right, so let's go this way and get that little leaf and those little berries. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to... I don't want it down there for sure. I'm going to put it here. It is a little sticky. And I'm going to use this little, at least initially, to do the rub down. Now, of course, my paper is not real smooth because, I've got a bunch of junk on it. So once I get to where I feel like I've rubbed on every little nook and cranny, I'll have a peek. Inevitably, I don't rub somewhere. But I love the fact that it's glitter. Yeah. Okay, Ange, have a good night. Look at his little beak. Eek. Get the little bumblebee. Well, so far that's not working. Not working. Where did I? Oh my gosh, I can't even see that. I can't pick up the edge. Lori. Can't find the edge. Okay, so I've got some of that, but not this. It's not... maybe my bone folder might be better. Let's try. That's more better. I'll have a little peek. My gosh, that clear plastic. These berries do not want to come off. They're loving where they are. I got this green leaf. Finally got them. Got that leaf up. Da, da, da. It's starting to, Mitts. I'm really pushing. Of course, this is not a smooth surface. You know, I've got gesso and paint and paper. And it likes the plastic that it's on. It was sticky. I mean, the back of it was sticky. Rub-a-dub-dub. One Hummer. And not in the tub. They're being very stubborn. Ugh. This little leaf won't come off. But it's pulling up the paper underneath it. You little stinker. There we go. I'm using the edge now of the popsicle stick. I could go for a popsicle. Oh, that feels cool. Okay, so I got all that. I've got his beak. And I'll make sure I get that little bumblebee. Just caught the little edge. It's beautiful. I missed that one little spot. It almost feels like it's epoxied. Oh, it's beautiful, girls. It's beautiful. Look. Now, the question is, I'm thinking about taking that Stabilo. I think this would be a very Karen Tamir thing. She would take the Stabilo and come underneath this little guy. Got to give him a shadow. See if we can give him a little bit of, come under the little bees took us. Let's see. I don't know if that helps or if it should be a little bit more. Of course, now it's going to have to dry. So not too bad. I can come in and deepen that a little bit more. Okay, so for those who weren't here earlier, what I did was I took a calendar that you would get, you know, wherever, your real estate office or the dollar store, Walmart, you know, we hang them on the wall. And I was thinking to make it into an art journal this way. But the size of the page is really kind of intimidating. And you really could cut it down to any size that you want. But what I decided to do was to cut it right in half And then of course you have the little hole down here. So when I cut it right in half, I had a little divot on each side. So then I trimmed off the bottom and then I glued my pieces together. And I thought I had some, now this is obviously a military calendar, and I think she's beautiful. And then on the back, I have the 1997, so I decided to glue them together that way so I could have those two cool images. And I used my Yes paste, and then I put on the duct tape. I think I might paint that because I couldn't find my camo. And then I decided to work on the very center of the first section, you know, the first half, because I glued the two halves together. And I wiggled it free. So then I said it was an epic fail, and Steffi, who's here this evening, said just stitch it together. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little pamphlet stitch and stitch that baby right back in there. So I'm going to just grab some waxed linen and where do I have black? I'm going to grab my catalog. This might be black. It just may be. You know, Mitz? I don't know. Oops, sorry if I hit the camera. I don't know if there's advertisement or anything in these. And it depends on what you call it. So I have that one. Do you call the front cover a page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's what I glued together. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Look, they're upside down. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, counting the cover. And mine are upside down because I decided to glue, I didn't glue them correctly because I wanted this for the back and I wanted this for the front. You know what I'm saying? But I already glued them down, Steffi. And in hindsight, that is definitely the better way to go. So if you do this, what Steffi's saying is once you cut them in half, instead of gluing them together, you could put them inside of each other and then stitch them. So you've got options. But it's a, I don't know, it just seemed like a different, the idea just came to me. It just seemed like a different way to use one of these calendars. And I think this would make a cool journal just like this too. But I just didn't want to have to deal with that much space, you know. But yeah, Gail's exactly right. You do, you know, what works for you, you know. So then, so I've got basically two sections because I've got my two covers glued together. So I've got the front half and the back half. And my back half is upside down because of the way I glued them together. Because, see, normally you would have, I mean, if you were a normal person, you would whack this in half and put this half underneath here, and one side would be the back of the calendar and the top part would be the top of the calendar. But because I like the images on the whole front, that's why I glued mine together like that. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to stitch in my piece that I worked on today, and it's in the front half. Got it? And I'm just going to poke 3 holes down in my magazine, and I've got some linen thread, and I'm just going to do a simple pamphlet stitch, and I'm going to put my bow on the outside. Now I need to find my, I just had it, my awl and awl. You really, if you think ahead, you could do it, you could stitch it on the sewing machine, right? If you have it. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. And I found my needle when I was sweeping up that I dropped the other evening. And then I'm going to quick show you before I go what I've done to my paper bag journal. This is way too much thread. I lost my little hole with all the mixed media there. I can't see. I can't see it. Oh, sorry. Oh, Ange isn't here, right? She left. Phew, good thing. I just stabbed my finger. Okay. Okay. This is such a great idea, Steffi. This is a great idea. I mean, you could really take the whole calendar apart, right? And then, you know, just do what you want. You lay it out, you know, whatever way you want, depending on the calendar. Make it smaller, put 2 together, make it really chunky. I want to get my thread on either side. I really kind of rip that apart. It's still probably damp. And I'm just going to tie a knot. Boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Look at my dirty hands. And I don't even have a baby wipe to clean them up. Okay. So that's tonight's project. I used my big rotary cutter. Hi, Kathy. I guess you could use a ruler and a knife. I guess you could cut them individually. I don't have the strength in my hand to cut through. Although if I opened it all the way up, Mitts, I could have. I'm not too good at cutting very straight with the scissors. So if you can do that, you could open up the calendar, you know, open it up this way and just, you know, you might be able to cut. I don't cut straight at all. So I did it like this. I slid it under my big rotary and I just kept going back and forth like a saw. And then I would flip up a few pages and do the next bit. And I had to trim off a little bit because I couldn't get it right down. I should have had my husband do it because he could really. But then when I twisted it around and took off my bottom edge because I wanted to get rid of that little hole, you know, that cut a little easier for me. All right, so I'm just going to show you real quick what I've been doing to my paper bag journal. I need a couple suggestions. Now, you're not going to believe this. I put Dingley Danglies on the back, and I put a stencil in the same container where I have my book, and one of the dangles got stuck in the stencil. I mean, I couldn't do that again if you paid me $1 million. Okay, so a couple suggestions were, you're welcome, Mitz, were to maybe put magnets or put, I had said Velcro. I think, Mitz, you had suggested maybe magnets, but I think I have too much Boink already, and I'm not even close to being finished. So I'm thinking, what if I put 2 of those Timmy Holtz like doorknob pegs, one there and one there, and then I could just do an elastic band around. Or I could do an eyelet, you know, and just I don't want anything around the middle, I don't think, because I don't want to block my stuff here. So I'm open to suggestions. See, I don't have a big overlap, and then as I fill it, it's going to get chunkier. So I'm figuring this is going to go probably way out to the edge, right? So I stitched in my last signature. Hi, Carla. Nice to see you. And so I have all my little threads here, which now are all twisted. And I did put a little knot. And then I just added some beads, a flower. I've got an owl, the kind of nature woodsy things. And then I have my initial L. I put that on, just whatever I found in my stash of fun stuff. I don't have many pockets because I didn't really do a couple things correctly. I wanted the front stitched shut because I didn't want to be stuffing stuff in there. So I found this in my stash. I'd have ripped it off as something I made. So it's just a little wooden heart on the back of a piece of canvas. And I just glued in this. This is a piece of silk that Icy Frida gave me from, she's in Norway. Now I'm going to put something here to cover those holes. I purchased this as a kit. The bags were stitched together and they had 3 holes like a ring binder. So I haven't done much. I don't know how much I've done to some of the pages. I have a 3D butterfly die cut that I want to put on here. I have no idea where I put it. I pulled it out, but now I can't find it. Just put some fabric on the end of that page. Down here I just made a little cluster and then put a bulb pin with a button and a little key. I'm having so much fun. And then I just figured I could go through, and when I see stuff, or if I'm working at my desk and I see something, I can say, oh, that'll look good in my nature journal, my bag journal, and I'll just do it, you know. I'll just pull it out and stick it in. Put a little whale's tail tab down there. And then I made this little cluster with a little pocket. I've got a couple little graphic 45 firing kisses and Reese's cups. Ooh, yum. This was what we did the other day too. This is a smaller paper bag, and I just made a little journal with a couple pockets. I'm not crazy about this because I use cardstock. So I don't know if that's going to stay or go, but it's there for now. And this again, I got to do something with this, but I put some fabric and then that picture. That's a plate from a flower book. Let's see. I forget what else I did. I did a couple other things. I put fabric on the edge of this page. This is a pocket. I didn't think I had any pockets, but look, guys, here's the pocket. Oh, good, Kathy. So that's a pocket. I mean, this is just the beginning, right? It's just going to get chubbier and chubbier. Put some more of this paper that I used on the front to edge that page. And this was the flap of this business envelope. So I put paper there and then just put some fabric. Oh no, I hope nobody got cut or hurt. Are you okay, Zena? Clean up on aisle 3. Nothing in that pocket yet. So, I mean, I don't want to keep coming on and doing live streams and working in this, so I just thought I'd show you where I am. Tinkle tape. Oh, I made this pocket. This was, had the piece of the bag folded over, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Let's see if she answers. I guess she's okay because she came back on. Anyway, I found some, I think it's graphic 45 paper that I liked. Thank God no one was there. My daughter has been having her friends leave early, so no one was outside. So, oh, good. So no one's hurt. Okay, no one got cut. That's great. So this is a pocket. I just put some book page down, and then I did a little stencil work there. And then this is a piece of seam binding that I'm going to pin something to. And then I've got the pocket. I stitched around before I glued it down. Stitched around and glued it down. This I had trouble with. This page was a little taller and I didn't measure before I put it in. So I had to do some trimming. I don't know if I did much of anything else. Oh, I did the back cover. So it had that retro top to that box that paper came in. This writing paper, that little rose, this. And I pulled that off. And this, I coffee dyed this paper the other night. So glued that down, put a little bit of lace there to kind of hide my 3 holes, and then decided to go with the burlap. And then I just added that. So now I need to think about how I'm going to close it, because it's going to just continue to get chunkier. So I don't know. Okay, she said, what causes the cat shatter? We don't know because it's not windy out. Could a stone have been shot up? Was anybody like cutting, mowing grass? We went out one day to get in my husband's car, and oh, thanks, Dina. I love it too. Look, did you see all my danglies? Woo! It's dangle heavy. And we went to get in the car, and the whole passenger side window was shattered. And of course, it's that tempered glass, so some of it was still together, but a lot of it was inside and, of course, on the driveway. And we had no idea. We didn't hear anything. So we think what happened was when the fellas came to mow the neighbor's lawn, the mower kicked up a stone and just hit it, you know, in such a way that it just shattered the whole window. There's nothing was missing out of the car. There was no rock. Like, I thought somebody threw a rock through it. There was no rock. So I don't know. You know, a squirrel could have hit the table and shook the table. Maybe it went. Who knows? That's a mess to clean up, though, isn't it? Oh, that's a shame. I'm glad no one was hurt and that none of the kids were there. So, Kathy, did you figure anything out? Did you do another test? That happened to your car window, Steffi? I was so surprised. I went out to get in the car and I'm like, hon, the whole window's gone. And of course, me, first thing, you know, doom and gloom. Is there a rock? Did somebody throw a rock? I mean, we live in a 55 plus. It's pretty darn quiet here, you know. And so no, we didn't find anything. So we just figured it was, you know, a stone from a mower. Anyway. And of course, you know, it's just the inconvenience. Yeah, looking to see if something hit it. Yeah. All right, girls, I'm going to cut out. Thanks for joining me tonight for my little impromptu. Kathy didn't figure anything out, but she has more green beans canned and supper's done. She's pooped. So she's not going to mess with it tonight. That sounds like a good idea. Just rest. And approach it tomorrow with a fresh brain. All right, ladies, I'm going to cut out. Go see what my hubby's up to. And thanks for joining me. I appreciate it so very much. And I hope you did come away with a few ideas, even though thanks, Sherry, hugs to you. I hope the calendar idea will work for some of you. So I'm looking forward to doing some more here. We'll see. Now that I've attached those pages, I probably should go and attach my second half. And when I go and do this again with another calendar, I probably maybe would stitch it together versus, you know, just gluing the sides. All right, great ideas, great minds work together. Iron sharpens iron. All right, ladies, thanks for joining me. Have a good evening, and I shall see you soon. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.